Hello, my savvy service provider, scaling to 10K months. Happy Monday. Today we are talking about the biggest lie I had to unlearn so that I could take one simple offer to over 800K in sales in just a few short years. So we're diving into that because it is a lie that I bought and, was fed into, and something that I see holds so many smart, capable service providers back from selling high ticket. So we're going to dive into that. But first, say hello, tell me if you're here, ask me your questions, leave me your comments. I'm going to pull myself up in the group and double check that I am going live. I hope you all had a nice weekend. We had a lovely weekend. It was very busy. We had my middle child's birthday party with her friends. So it was a backyard pool party. So kind of dicey this time of year. You never know what you're going to get, but it didn't rain, no hurricanes. It was warm enough, but not so warm that I was like miserable sitting by the pool with them. There was like thousands of tiny little tree frogs. Like it was so cool. They were everywhere. So it was just a lot of fun. And I got micro needling done that morning, like hours before the pool party, which my skin loves micro needling, so it's not a big deal, but I did have like pinpoint bleeding all over my face, and I still can't wear makeup, which I don't really wear a lot of makeup, but if you follow me on Instagram, I'm talking about skin stuff a lot and going without a filter and just being really open and transparent about everything. And so my skin, I love it. I love micro needling. I'm very happy with it. But you got to get through the like needles and scabs and stuff all over your face to get to like the good collagen production. So that's what I've got going on. But let's dive into this conversation because this is something, again, I see this all the time. And if you're thinking about getting one-to-one support, I literally just filled another spot this morning. So I have one spot left through either January or February of 2026. So if you're interested and would just want to have a conversation about what getting my one-to-one support, partnering with me in your business for 6 months could look like, grab a consult. I'll put the link below. Again, I keep a very small roster because I go so deep with my clients. So grab a consult and we can talk about what that could look like. And next week we'll have our masterclass. This is a high ticket sales secret masterclass, and we'll be talking more about that. But I will put the link below for that as well to get signed up for the secrets to selling high ticket and how to make it actually work. I want to teach you how to sell high ticket, not just sales scripts or high pressure or fake deadlines. It's none of that shit. This is like things you literally need to know and embody, mindset and strategy that will make selling high ticket so much easier. So we've got both of those coming up. That's just our thing for today. And again, if you join me live or catch the replay, say hi. Let me know your questions and comments because these conversations are for you. So let's dive in. So I said this was, the biggest lie I had to unlearn to make over 800K with my high ticket offer. So first I want to talk about what I'm literally talking about when I say I've made over 800K. So I've been in business for 10 years now. I have crossed 1.1 million in lifetime cash. 800,000 of that plus has been just in the past 4 years with my high ticket one-to-one coaching offer. So that is huge. Like we also have the bookkeeping. That was how I started 10 years ago. Then I pivoted a few years ago to sell high ticket, and that has blown up my revenue. That is what has allowed me to max out my 401k, take the month of July off every year with my daughters, to pay over 200K in private daycare and tuition, and pay over 10K for dance team stuff, pay over 7,000 for literal orthodontic stuff for 2 kids for a year, like out of pocket, upfront cash. Like this has afforded me so much and I'm so grateful for it. But I do want to kind of backtrack a little bit because I have these results now. Like I said, I've booked multiple clients recently with one-to-one. I have half of my roster who renews on repeat. Like my sales feel so steady. Everything feels so repeatable. My business feels so solid and safe, and I love it. But when I think about 4 years ago where I was at a point where I'd been a bookkeeper in my own business for 5 years. And in that, offer, clients just rolled in. Like I had done personal outreach to CPAs. I had been in the CPA and accounting world here in Charleston, South Carolina. I'd been a bookkeeper. I'd majored in accounting. Like the referrals from CPAs and clients literally just kind of rolled in. I didn't have to sell. If you scroll all the way back on Instagram, you will not really find any posts. You won't find any like selling, like it just clients kind of came here and there and that was fine. And so when I pivoted from that done for you low ticket bookkeeping offer, which was, $300 a month, $35 an hour ish, to a $9,000 offer, I thought the same thing would happen, but it didn't. I thought referrals would just come in. I thought people would see how qualified I was. And this was when it started. It was like advisory services. So really supporting multi-six, multi-seven figures with profitability and like all the gross profit margins or cost of goods or like, it was more advisory, like outsourced CFO stuff. And I literally thought people would just see my background, see what I've been doing and just roll in. And I booked 0 clients that way. Like I didn't get referrals. I thought it meant I was bad at sales. And that's when I realized I had to unlearn the biggest lie that kept me stuck. And that lie was, it must be me. And you may be surprised by that, but I literally thought it was just me. But when I unlearned that, that's when the high ticket sales flowed in. That's when I've made over 800K with this one offer. That's when business and sales and everything feels so steady. And so let's talk about why I had this belief, because I know so many people feel this way. Like I have so many people on so many calls with people who are like, I'm just not cut out for high ticket, or, maybe selling my other offer or selling low ticket was just luck. I've literally had clients come to me and they're like, maybe I'm just past my prime. Like maybe that was my pop moment and I'm done and I can't do anything else. But it's a lie, because we believe that we had set success with one offer, with one strategy, and then when that doesn't work with a new offer, with a high ticket offer, we literally like blame ourselves. And that's when I got into trouble. That's when my clients get into trouble. Again, it's when people think that like something is fundamentally wrong with them, or that they're just not cut out with it. Like I've had calls with business owners who are like 10K months just must be for other people. And I'm like, there's no 10K gene that like you got or you didn't get. Like it's fundamentally not us. But that is the lie we have to unlearn. Am I saying that correctly? Yeah. Like the lie was, I believed it was just me. So we have to unlearn that, because that's when you think it's a fluke, or you pivot to a higher ticket offer, or you pivot to a course or a program or something else that's not done for you low ticket hourly. And when you pivot to that and it doesn't work like it did with your other offer, you think it's just you think you're doing something wrong, you think you're not cut out for that, you think like you've passed your prime or you've popped, or if you think about musicians and like the sophomore slump, they have great success with their first album and then their second album is like, doesn't do as well and they think they're past their prime. Like that literally is what happens in business. We think when we pivot to this new higher ticket offer and it doesn't take off like our other one did, or it was 2020 or 2021 and we're not making sales like we did then. I literally was talking to a business owner this morning about that. I'm like, it's 2025. From 2023 to 2025, things have changed. So if you're comparing yourself and your sales and your results to like the 2020, 2021, 2022 version of you, like it's apples and oranges. Like it's literally not the same. And so it's that same thing with offers. It's like if you are pivoting to high ticket, whether it's $1,000 a month, I've got a client who's selling her $3,500 a month offer. These, when you're going to that from, $500 or $35 an hour or whatever that low ticket offer is, we think that it's going to work the same. We think that we are going to have the same success right off the bat with the same strategies. And when it doesn't, we fundamentally blame ourselves. We gaslight ourselves. We think it's us. And so this meant for me at that time, when I pivoted to high ticket, I was taking the same actions. I was doing the same strategies that worked for bookkeeping. I was trying to do the same things that worked for that low ticket done for you bookkeeping offer. And I was trying to put that strategy on my high ticket offer. And I had the same strategy. I did the same marketing. I did the same types of sales calls. I showed up for sales calls the same. And this meant I wasted months. I didn't book any clients. I made myself so wrong. Again, I kept wasting so much time trying to do the things that worked for my $35 an hour offer for $300 a month. I tried to do it for my $9,000 offer, and I thought because it was just me. But then when I figured out, like, it's not just me, like, I finally unlearned that lie. Well, on the way to get there, I thought it was just me, so I thought someone else has the answer. So that's when I paid $9,000 for a group program that sold me a sales script. That does not fundamentally work for high ticket sales. So join my high ticket sales secrets masterclass, because we will talk about the 2 fundamental truths you need to understand about high ticket first, and why sales scripts don't work. And then we'll talk about the 5 secrets that I've learned that will make selling easy. And then I also paid $4,000 for a mastermind that basically told me to manifest a client, and that didn't work either. Like, I'm all about some woo and some manifestation, but you've got to have strategy behind it. And so again, I wasted months spinning my wheels. I wasted $13,000 asking someone else for the answer. And if you feel like you're in that position where you're looking elsewhere, you're learning all the things, you're listening to the podcast, you're downloading everything you can get your hands on, go to my live stream last week. Please listen to that. That is when we were outsourcing our power. That is when we were thinking someone else knows better, especially our women. As women, we are taught that, but none of that stuff worked. So I wasted thousands and thousands of dollars. I wasted months, like a solid 9 months in those 2 programs. And those things, like, were not the problem. Like, the real danger in this lie too is not only are we blocking ourselves from clients and money, but we're really, like, destroying our self-trust. We're destroying our confidence in ourselves. And that to me is like the biggest risk and the biggest loss, because, you know, it's one thing to go without money or clients for a while, but it's another thing to fundamentally lose trust in ourselves so that we basically shut down, close our business, and go, you know, do something else. And so our potential clients don't have that chance and that benefit to work with us. So that makes me very sad. So the destroying of the self-confidence just really hurts me more than anything else with this lie. So for you, you know, I don't know exactly what your situation looks like, but it may look like giving major discounts when you don't want to, like discounting so much just because you want to book a client. It may look like getting more degrees, more certifications, more experience that you'll finally be enough. I see that a lot with my smart, overachieving service providers. Like, I'm one of those people, I made good grades in school. Like, I had to study my ass off, but I could make a good grade and I knew how to make that work. And so in business, sometimes that translates to, well, I just need to go get my CPA. I just need to go get this advisory certification. I just need to become a pro advisor. I just need to do this. And yes, we want to be trained and be who we say we are and have the resources and tools to actually support our clients really well. And there is a tipping point where none of that stuff matters. You're not actually supporting your clients any better. You're literally just grasping at straws and you're trying to do anything you can. And for many of my clients, that's kind of their almost coping mechanism, is going and getting more education, more degrees, because they're good at school, they're good at making grades. And so they kind of cover up this other stuff by trying to get more certifications and experience. So again, that may be you, or you may have another flavor of this. So often this looks like rebranding. I see this all the time. Businesses will go through rebrands and new offer suites and like reworking literally everything, and it doesn't change anything. It may look like tweaking your offers, your pricing, and your website for the 500th time. It may look like investing more money and time and stuff you don't need. Like, I don't know how many people I've had calls with recently who are like, I've invested more than I want to admit, and none of it's worked out. Or sometimes you leave, you know, it could look like having a sales call, but then you leave the sales call and you're replaying every word in your head. You're wondering what you did wrong. You're wondering why this didn't convert. You're wondering why they're ghosting you. Sometimes I hear from clients that they're secretly scrolling like other people's accounts. They are thinking someone else knows the secret. They're looking at other people in their industry thinking she must have it figured out. Let me get the answer from her. Let me copy her. Let me copy her strategy. But that's how this typically shows up. And if you're joining live, say hello. We're just getting started. But the biggest lie I had to unlearn to create this over 800K in just a few short years with my high ticket offer was realizing it wasn't just me. So I think of this, like if we think of outside of business, trying to use your same strategies, your same sales process, your same how you be and show up on calls when you pivot from low ticket to high ticket, it's like buying a new house and trying to use the old key to open the new door. Hi, Ariane. It's so good. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Um, Let me know if you have questions because I know we missed some context here, but this is the same thing in business. So when you pivot to a high ticket offer, when you pivot from an offer that is done for you, $35 an hour or $300 a month, to a high ticket offer, and you're trying to use those same sales strategies, you're trying to use the same things that worked for that offer on the high ticket, it just fundamentally doesn't work. Like, it's not you. It's that selling high ticket is different. And so again, it's the house. It's using the same key for the old house in your new house and thinking it's going to work. It just doesn't. So when I kept trying to sell my high ticket VIP offer the same way I sold my $350 a month bookkeeping, it just didn't work. It was like trying to force the wrong puzzle piece into a puzzle and it didn't fit. And so it's when you let the reality sink in that selling high ticket is different. And so that's kind of this fundamental piece behind it's not just me. Oh, hi, hello, happy Monday. I'm so glad you're here. Let me know if you have questions because this is like kind of a lot of personal sharing. And so I want to make sure I land the plane between what I'm sharing and how this resonates with you. But it all comes back to thinking it's just me. Like I said earlier with the clients that come to me and they're like, maybe I passed my prime, or maybe I was good at selling this one thing, but it's just not to be with this other thing, or maybe 10K months just aren't for me, they're for other people. We get all these things in our head because we literally think it's us. And so that is like the fundamental shift is it's not just you. Selling high ticket is different. So when I finally realized that, it wasn't just me, it was like the dark sunglasses came off. Like I could finally see clearly. I could finally be like, oh, I'm not the problem. Like, this is literally a skill I haven't learned yet. Like, that's literally all it is. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with what I'm capable of. It has nothing to do with potential results or what's possible. It's literally like I had this skill over here. It does not translate to this offer. And so I just need to learn how to do this. Like, selling high ticket is a learnable thing. Again, it's not something that like some people are born with it and some people aren't. Like, this is just something, and it's why I'm so excited about this high ticket sales secrets masterclass, because I want to teach you how to be able to sell high ticket. Because I made myself so wrong for so long. I wasted so many months and thousands of dollars, and I don't want that for anyone else. So when I finally did see that this was something I could learn, I did. Like my good, typical type A older sibling self who always could study hard and make good grades, I was like, I'm going to learn how to sell high ticket. Like, I'm going to figure this out. So I taught myself. I invested thousands in one-to-one coaching. I still have my own one-to-one coach, even though I've had my same offer, my same process, sales process and strategies for 4 years. I just love coaching. I love the relationship. I love the personal growth that comes with it. And I love being able to navigate even these challenging years and times with the economy doing funky things, with the online space doing funky things. Like, I can double down on that support and ride it out and even have one of my best years yet because I'm still getting that support. So again, I went all in on getting my own support and even hours and hours of sales calls. Like, I have been on so many sales calls and I would never say any of them were a waste, but I have taken what I've learned and consolidated it into these 5 high ticket sales secrets. So it's kind of the best feeling ever. Like, my last 3 sales calls have all converted very easily. They were basically a yes. And of course, I'm not going to put words in these humans' mouths, but it felt like they were kind of a yes before we got on the call because of everything I have done around selling high ticket. And that's when my clients come to me and they're like, this feels so easy, or it feels like it should be harder than this, because we have fundamentally set their business up to make high ticket sales on repeat, like something that is, they just know how to do it. Like, I just know how to go out there and sell, and I know how to make sales, and that feels so steady. It feels so safe in my nervous system. And no matter what the economy does or what the political landscape is or what consumer behavior is, I fundamentally know how to sell high ticket, and that feels so good. I feel unstoppable. And it's not like revenue goes up and up for forever. Like, it does look still like highs and lower months. Like, we all have those dips if we're in business for any amount of time. Like, that's literally the game we're playing. But I just know how to go out and do it again. And that just feels so good. And that's when my clients We track their metrics that matter. So I want to know, new revenue and revenue. And I also want to know like how they're feeling, like how they feel in business. Like that's one of the metrics we track, which I know sounds crazy, but it is so important to me because I want them to feel so empowered and like business is a game and I know how to play this and I got this. So knowing that you can go out and make sales just feels so good. Like I can't underestimate. Like I could talk about it all day. It's one of the best feelings ever. Like obviously having kids, like that's the best feeling ever. But in business, just knowing you fundamentally can put your offer out there and have people buy on repeat, it's like so good. And so the bulk of my 1.1 million in lifetime cash has been 800K over the past few years because I've just fundamentally learned how to sell. Like I had all those hours of calls. I've taken what I've learned and I've condensed it. And it's the same for my clients too. Like I have a client who just is rolling out a $3,500 a month offer and she's selling that. And like, it's just as easy to sell that for her as it was for her $500 services, even easier. Like it is so amazing. And it's why I love what I do. Like my clients are so smart. They are so experienced. They bring so much to the table. But in all their trainings and all their certifications and everything they've learned, no one taught them this. No one taught them how to sell. No one taught me how to sell, even though I paid $13K for that stuff. Like they didn't actually teach me how to sell high ticket. And so that is when my clients go from wanting to crawl under the table on sales calls to just feeling really good to messaging me like, this was so easy. This was the easiest sale I've ever made. They didn't even ask about the price point. They've renewed at my higher rate. Like this is when it's just so fun. And like, this is what I want for all of my clients. Like, yes, I want them to make money now and make sales now. And I want it to be something in their business for forever and ever they just fundamentally know how to do and love. Like loving selling makes a huge difference. When we come to sales calls thinking, oh, I want to crawl under the table or I'm a behind the scenes person. I don't like talking to people and selling. I feel easy and, sleazy and icky and all that. And I've gotten a sales script and that feels weird, or I need to put some high pressure on somebody, or I need to give some fake deadline. Like that all just feels so shitty. And it doesn't have to feel that way because I love when my clients just go like they love pitching, they love selling, whether it's selling in person on a call or on a landing page or on an email or in an in-person networking group. Like when you feel like you fundamentally bring something to the table that you're so excited about and you know it's going to help someone, it feels so good for you and it also serves your business. And it just makes everything feel so much lighter. I was just looking at my notes to make sure I didn't forget something because once you learn how to sell high ticket the right way, like, yes, it makes you money, but it makes you feel so good. Like when I showed up to sales calls with that script, it felt terrible. Like nothing about it felt good. It felt like sleazy and gross. And we'll talk about in the master class, like why those sales scripts just fundamentally don't work. And so I want to teach you this. Like I spent years doing this myself. I've spent a lot of money on my own coaching and it's worth every penny. I love it, but I want to save you all of those years, hours and hours and hours of consults and calls, and really want you to sign up so that you can, first learn the 2 reasons that selling high ticket is different and why all that other stuff you've tried hasn't worked, why the high pressure, why the sales scripts, why the big discounting, why, the just fake deadlines don't work. We'll talk about those 2 fundamental things first, and then I'll teach you the 5 high ticket sales secrets. And these are strategy pieces. These are mindset pieces. These are not copy paste this, say this. If they say this, do this. Like it is none of that. If you know me, that is not my vibe. That doesn't work. Talked about that in the entire live stream. But these are the mindset and strategy pieces to actually know how to sell your high ticket offer easier than selling your low ticket offer, because I know I've talked about this multiple times recently and I'm going to keep talking about it because I'm still blown away. The lady who hired and fired us for the bookkeeping service, those $350 a month. And I've literally booked like 3 6-month, $9,000 clients, like easier than that $350 client, like it just in the past 7 weeks. Like it is wild. And so let me be a voice for what's real and true. I want you to sign up for this. Let me know if you have questions. I also created, this is new, a high ticket sales lead finder. So this is a diagnostic tool. So this has like 10 questions that if we were working together, I would want to know these information and ask it to you so that you can find the gap to close in your sales process. So when you know that, when you use the high ticket sales lead finder diagnostic tool with the high ticket secrets, like it's just like gasoline on a fire. Like it just makes them work so much better because you do need to know where you're leaking sales. Plus, with my master classes, if you sign up, if you join live, you'll be entered to win a free coaching session with me. And so this is literally one-to-one coaching so that I can, support you and we can take what you learned in the master class. We can take the gap that you found and really use this and implement this so you walk away knowing exactly what you need to do, exactly like the next steps to book some clients really fast. So again, this is not going to happen in this group. This will happen in Zoom. So sign up, get the link. This will be a link that gets emailed to you. You will get the training, you will get the sales lead finder, and you will get entered to win a free coaching session. Because again, just to kind of like wrap this all up with a bow, and Ariane, let me know if you have any questions about any of this, because I know, the first part you missed, but I don't think you missed like anything major. But, the biggest lie that I had to unlearn was that it was just me. And it was literally not me. It had nothing to do with me. It literally had everything to do with my lack of skills. Like I had these skills over here to sell this offer, to do this thing. And when I tried to apply them to my high ticket other offer, it just did not work. And so this is a lie that keeps us stuck. This is something where we make ourselves wrong. This is something where we keep trying the same thing that used to work. We do the same actions. It's like the, definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over without getting different results. It's that. And so the lie is thinking it's you. You can learn this. You can learn how to sell high ticket. Anybody can do this. If you want to know how, you can do it. I'm giving you the information. I cannot wait to see you there. Details, it will be on October 15th. It is at 1:00. There will be a replay. I am totally fine giving a replay. I know how hard it is to get somewhere live. Like I do not, like Ariane, thank you for being here live. I know how hard it is. So there will be a replay, but go ahead and get signed up and DM me if you have any questions, and I'll see you next week. Have a great week, guys. Bye.